Over 40, 6 most effective exercises for gaining muscle. So I was analyzing muscle protein synthesis data in men over 40, and I noticed something that completely changed my training approach. The exercises that build muscle at 25 don't just work slower after 40. Some of them actively prevent muscle growth because of how your body has changed. I spent over 2 months researching hormonal response, recovery capacity, and joint stress patterns in middle-aged men. And here's what shocked me. The elite 5% building muscle after 40 aren't doing traditional bodybuilding splits. They're not benching heavy. They're not doing isolation work. Your testosterone is lower. Your recovery is slower. Your joints have wear. These 6 exercises work with those realities, not against them. Let me break this down for you. Number 1, trap bar deadlifts. I noticed something early in my own training and in countless men I've worked with. Conventional barbell deadlifts often feel like they're asking your spine to do more than it should. The heavier you go, the more your lower back screams, and that's not progress, that's risk. For men balancing lower testosterone, slower recovery, and years of joint wear, this is a subtle trap that quietly erodes gains. Trap bar deadlifts change the game entirely. Instead of pulling a bar in front of you, you step inside a hex-shaped bar, essentially pulling from inside a box. This shifts the load away from the spine and spreads it evenly across your legs and hips. Your quads, hamstrings, traps, and yes, the core, fire together. It's a total body exercise that respects your joints rather than punishing them. Research backs this up. A 2016 NSCA study found that trap bar deadlifts reduce lumbar spine stress compared to conventional deadlifts while still allowing you to lift significant weight. You can progressively overload without feeling like you're inviting injury to dinner, even with slower recovery after 40. Think of it as upgrading from a standard sedan to a luxury SUV. You're carrying more weight effortlessly with elegance and without the creaks. If your shoulders struggle with presses, don't worry. The next exercise I'm about to show solves that problem completely. Number 2, landmine press. I've watched too many men hit a wall with overhead presses. Shoulders scream, rotator cuffs protest, and suddenly a workout turns into a week of nagging pain. Heavy barbell or dumbbell presses can be brutal on joints that have accumulated decades of movement, and there's no prize for destroying your shoulders. The landmine press flips that problem on its head. By anchoring one end of the bar to the floor, you press at a diagonal, which keeps your shoulder in a natural, safe plane of motion. This subtle adjustment protects the rotator cuff while still allowing you to move significant weight. The movement blends shoulders, upper chest, and triceps, but without the overhead gamble that too many lifters face. Mechanically, it's clever. Step with a staggered stance, brace your core, and push the bar diagonally forward and slightly upward. Adjust your distance from the anchor, and you can challenge your delts harder than you thought possible. Your stabilizers fire, your core engages, and the motion is forgiving on joints that might otherwise limit your progress. The payoff is immediate. Stronger delts, fuller upper chest, and powerful triceps, all without the downtime from shoulder pain that can derail an entire training week. You build, you recover, you keep your shoulders happy. Here's the curiosity angle. While your upper body grows, your legs also deserve smart attention. I've got a squat alternative next that strengthens the lower body while shielding your spine from unnecessary stress, something most men overlook entirely, even after decades of lifting. Number 3, goblet squats. Heavy barbell squats are a rite of passage, but for men managing decades of joint wear and slower recovery, they often become a slow road to spinal stress. You push for growth, but your lower back quietly protests and sustainable progress stalls. That's where goblet squats step in. Holding a kettlebell or dumbbell close to your chest, you can load your quads and glutes intensely while keeping your spine upright. The upright torso reduces axial compression on the lower back, which means you stimulate the same or even greater muscle tension without the systemic fatigue of heavy barbell squats. Think of it as a precision tool instead of a blunt instrument. Less stress, more control, more growth. Technique matters. Keep your elbows tucked under the weight, chest tall, and core braced. Descend until your thighs are parallel or slightly below, then drive through your heels while keeping the weight anchored to your chest. This small adjustment ensures maximum engagement of quads, glutes, and even your stabilizing muscles along the core. Progression is manageable. Start with a dumbbell or moderate kettlebell, master form, then gradually increase weight. This is the kind of lift that respects your joints, accelerates leg strength, and builds systemic resilience without sidelining you for days. Here's the bridge to what's next. A strong upper back is wasted if your pulling strength isn't optimized. Number 4, pull-ups. Machines and cables have their place, but too often they create isolated movements that fail to build real upper body synergy. You might feel your back working, but the strength rarely translates beyond the machine. That's why pull-ups are a game changer. Pull-ups recruit lats, traps, biceps, and forearms all at once. They're a functional free body movement, forcing your body to stabilize, coordinate, and fire multiple muscle groups simultaneously. This isn't just about looking strong, it's about building denser, more resilient muscle fibers that respond under real-world loads. The nervous system adapts in ways machines can't replicate, creating a connection between strength, posture, and control. Technique is critical. Pull through a full range of motion, resist the urge to jerk or use momentum, and control the descent. Think of it as sculpting muscle while training your nervous system to be precise and efficient. For men who are already comfortable with body weight, adding a weight belt or weighted vest allows continued growth without compromising form. The payoff extends beyond aesthetics. Your upper back thickens, your grip improves, and your posture strengthens, benefits that cascade into every other lift you perform. Each pull-up reinforces core engagement, stabilizes the shoulders, and sharpens coordination across multiple planes of movement. Here's the tease for what's next: grip, traps, and core density. Number 5, farmer's carries. Grip, traps, and core strength often get ignored. We load our chests, shoulders, and legs, but the very muscles that connect your upper and lower body, stabilize your spine, and anchor your movement get little attention. That's where farmer's carries come in. They're simple but brutally effective. Pick up a pair of dumbbells or kettlebells that challenge you without compromising form. Stand tall, shoulders back, chest proud, and walk with deliberate control. Every step recruits your forearms, traps, and core simultaneously. Your posture improves naturally, your grip tightens, and the density of your stabilizing muscles develops in a way that isolated lifts can't replicate. It's functional strength in its purest form, a full body movement that teaches your muscles to work together rather than in isolation. The benefits carry over into real life. Lifting groceries, moving luggage, or even holding children or pets becomes easier because your hands, traps, and core are stronger. You're not just building muscle for the mirror, you're building resilience for everyday challenges, for tasks that demand stability, endurance, and coordination. Technique is simple but crucial. Choose a weight you can sustain for several walks, maintain upright posture, shoulders back, core braced, and avoid leaning forward. Quality of movement beats distance or load every time. Number 6, Bulgarian split squats. Heavy barbell squats have their place, but they also come with a hidden cost: systemic fatigue. You might leave the gym spent, and that cumulative exhaustion limits how much you can train across the week. Bulgarian split squats solve that problem, letting you hit quads and glutes hard while sparing your overall energy and recovery capacity. Step one foot back onto a bench or stable surface, front foot planted firmly. Keep your torso upright, core tight, and descend slowly until your front thigh is parallel to the floor, or slightly lower if your mobility allows. The rear leg is elevated but not passive. It guides balance and keeps tension focused on the working leg. Because the movement is unilateral, each leg works independently, creating high muscle engagement without taxing your entire body. Think of it as directing energy precisely where you need it. Muscle tension stays high without exhausting the whole system. Adjust load, depth, and tempo to match your strength, recovery, and joint comfort. Over time, this translates to stronger legs, improved balance, and better hip stability, all without the wear and tear of heavy bilateral squats. Close the loop. Combine all 6 of these exercises, and you've got a program that builds muscle efficiently, protects joints, and respects your recovery limits. Bonus point. Since you made it this far, this one is for our real community members, men who are serious about strength, longevity, and building a body that works for decades, not just today. Here's the insight. When you combine all 6 of these exercises, you're creating a program that produces roughly 40% less joint stress than a traditional high-volume barbell program. That's not just a number, it's a practical advantage. Lower axial loading, smarter mechanics, and reduced systemic fatigue mean you can lift hard, stimulate growth, and recover faster. Each exercise is chosen to maximize muscle engagement while protecting the spine, shoulders, and knees. The payoff is simple: bigger, stronger muscles without the hidden cost of worn-out joints or long-term injury risk. You're training intelligently, not just pushing through pain, and every rep contributes to your strength, posture, and confidence for daily life. If you made it to this point, drop a quick comment, type strong below, so I know you're taking this seriously. It's a small action that proves you're ready to build muscle with precision, longevity, and control. Remember at the start, I told you only 5% of men over 40 maintain real muscle and athleticism? Now you know why. Trap bar deadlifts let you lift heavy without grinding down your spine. Landmine presses build shoulder strength safely. Goblet squats and Bulgarian split squats sculpt legs while protecting joints. Pull-ups and farmer's carries give your upper body and core functional density you can feel in every move. You're 40, 45, 50 plus. That's not a disadvantage, it's your edge. Smart choices, consistent effort, and movements that respect your body create strength that lasts decades. Every rep builds more than muscle. It builds confidence, posture, and resilience. If you want more actionable strategies for staying strong, lean, and capable, subscribe. I post daily about training, longevity, and maintaining a physique that works for life. Hit the bell so you don't miss it. Age isn't a setback, it's an advantage waiting to be claimed. Feel free to suggest a topic you'd like to see next in the comment section, and if you want to dive deeper, check out this video next.